Make more noise. Do it. Go in the
All
back
right.
of your room and start clapping
All
aggressively.
right.
Do this. Season 2, baby!
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 11 of the JStation podcast. My name is Joe.
And Jimmy.
And I am Jamie.
We are 3 content creators from the UK. Jimmy,
Hello. Good morning.
let me set the scene for this question.
Go on in. Oh, we got
You're in the club.
in the club.
You're in the club. Yep,
Dropping
you're in
some
the club.
fat shapes.
Your
Don't talk about me like
crush that you've fancied since you were 10 years old is stood at the other side of the dance floor to you right now. Jungle Boogie is playing in the background.
that. Oh, banger.
What dance moves do you perform to woo her?
Can I answer your question with a question?
You could try.
Can you name me some dance moves? I don't know any.
Uh,
I don't know any of them apart from like the Haven Holiday Park, like stack the shelf shopping trolley, all that crap.
I think you've just answered the question. Is you woo your girl,
Big
your
box,
girl
little
that you've had a
box?
crush on since you're 10 from Haven Holiday Park. Put the shelves up, dance.
I know, it's Big Fish, Little Fish, isn't it? Cardboard box,
Yeah.
my bad. I'm an idiot.
I'll start doing the Rory
Cabbage
the
Patch.
Tiger stuff. Cabbage Patch.
Running Man.
Oh, I know the Running Man.
Running man.
That's easy. You run on the spot. You're the Running Man. Moonwalk.
Driving the
The
bus,
worm.
changing gear.
Like a whip and nene as well.
Bus driver.
Yeah. The bus
Oh, yeah,
driver.
Whip and Nene. What other
Can you imagine, like-
goddamn Vine/TikTok dances were there?
I was gonna say, imagine like she's at one end of the dance floor. There's no one in the middle. It's just me at the other, and all of a sudden I'm like squat whipping nene all the way over to the other side, just like slowly shuffling my feet forward because I can get closer.
Or you could go completely the in-betweeners on her ass and just rowboat dance across the floor really awkwardly with no one else around.
Shuffle.
Oh, I couldn't do that. I mean, I
If
probably
I know
would.
Jimmy well enough and he's drunk enough, he's gonna slut drop
Oh yeah, for sure. What am I facing her? Or am I facing away from her though? Am I showing the
away
goods,
from her, of course.
or is it business in the back? She's got past the beaded curtain that is my love.
You're gonna be in front of her, facing away from her, grinding, and then you're gonna drop down into a slut drop. It's gonna be.
Perfect.
Everyone's gonna want to be her, including me and Joe.
I'm already salivating at the thought.
Girls want to be her. Guys also want to be her. Oh, brilliant! Yeah, that's my my motif, my go-to, my repertoire. I throw everything I've got at once and end up with a slut drop.
Although I have just rethought about Joe's question and realised that the song in question is Jungle Boogie, and I don't know if you can slut drop to Jungle Boogie.
Can you sing Jungle Boogie for me? I can't remember how it goes.
Jungle Boogie, Jungle Boogie. Get it on.
That's not a song that you can seduce anyone with.
It's a banger.
How do you not know Jungle Boogie by Kool and the Gang?
Boogie.
I'm pretty sure that's the name.
It's got quite
Is
a lot
that-
of like deep voice bits in it, so I guess you could slut drop to the deep voice bit.
I suppose to this song you could kind of go old 60s disco. I don't know the name of the move, but where you point down
I like
to your
the
bottom
Night
left,
Fever.
then up to the top right. Night Fever. Yeah,
Fever.
that would work pretty damn well.
Oh man, with my broken elbows, it like looks like all I have to do is stretch my arm out, and as one of my friends described it, it looks like I'm holding a watermelon. And then I'll just like night fever without even putting my hand on my hip, and everyone will be like, "How are you doing that? It's optical illusion."
Holding a watermelon, that's brilliant.
That was Dan. Thanks,
To
Dan.
me-
I'm never going to be able to unsee that.
It looks like you've had your arm out straight next to you whilst holding a heavy weight for about 20 years, and it's just slowly dipped. Your hand's just, yeah,
Just,
even
like,
though you're
slowly
keeping your arm
craning
perfectly
down.
straight. Yeah. The weight has just been too much for it and it's started to bow.
Is Jimmy going to become a mime, and his only act is going to be pretending to pick up and hold a watermelon in one hand?
Oh man, I've never seen anyone like him. Well, what do you mean? Like, oh, it's just like the way he holds an invisible watermelon. It's just, breaks boundaries. I can't believe how good he is at it. The Incredible Jimmy coming this summer.
Much like what we were saying earlier. Women want to be with him, men want to be with him. All because of that watermelon.
It's a slut drop watermelon hold. Starting to sound like some made up MMA move, isn't it?
Yeah. Slut drop watermelon hold. I'm going to teach it in my next jiu-jitsu class.
Can you teach us the slut drop watermelon move? Where'd you learn that, Timmy?
You have to be a black belt at least.
The first thing you got to do is fuck your elbow up to make it look like Jimmy's.
It's from the ancient arts of self-pain.
Self-pain.
Jimmy is the only man I know whose elbow is sharp when fully straightened.
It's a dangerous weapon. You better watch out. Pointy corners.
Jimmy's arm has 2 states and it's bent and more bent.
Guys, I'm right here.
We love you.
He can either elbow you in the face on purpose or by accident.
You don't get a choice in which.
Yeah.
Speaking of self-deprecating humour, how about we take a trip down memory lane?
Ooh.
Before the J3 days. Before it
No
was
way.
a job, before we got paid. And then let's talk about the blunder years as we were. We were thinking about what to talk about before we started recording, because like Blink-182 were always prepared. And we were like, what about the school days? We can, because we all grew up in different areas. We met in the middle sort of thing. So there's going to be some stuff that's different. And I'd like to know from you guys.
I don't think it's something we've ever really spoken about very
Yeah.
much, like, in general. So it'd be interesting to see, like, how our scores were different. We already know that Jimmy's scores were different because he had, like middle school and whatever the hell it was, and I found it really weird.
Too many schools.
We had first, middle, and high. And you guys had secondary, primary, was it?
Yeah, that's right.
But not in that order.
Sorry, yeah, primary, secondary.
There's a school near where I live that seems to do both. It seems to be like it says on the outside from 4.5, which I thought was weird, 4.5 to 16, and I was like, wow, that like you are just at that school for your entire childhood, and that blew my mind a little bit.
That's crazy. That must be giant.
That must be horrible as well. That must feel like as a kid being in that school for 12 years of your life.
Yeah.
And then, like, what if they like extended to sixth form or college there as well? You feel like you're in prison a little bit, wouldn't you?
Imagine how intimidating it is, you being a 4.5-year-old on the playground with some giant 16-year-olds.
Some fucking beefcake Chad smoking a cigarette behind the bike sheds, and it's you just like, do you want to trade Digimon cards?
Jimmy was that Chad.
Yeah.
No, I was the Digimon card kid. Everyone else had Pokemons.
Pokemons.
I had Pokemon cards as well, but I love Digimon. It didn't catch on so much of everyone else.
Yeah, it didn't really catch on for me either.
Nah, not in our school either. I had, it makes me sad every time I talk about Pokemon cards, but I did pretty much have a complete deck of the original 150 and lent it to one of my friends to, I can't remember the logic behind it, but I lent it to them and I never got it back. They lost it. Quotation marks.
What made you want to lend it to them? Were they just like, oh, I've got like a tournament coming up, and Joe, you're the only one with a complete deck?
We had this, I can't remember if it was a pact or a plan or an idea that we kind of combine our cards together to make one amazing deck and then like take turns sharing it. Like you get it this week, I get it next week. First week I give it to him, I never get it back, never see it again. Although I have been to their house and it was a dump.
Oh, right.
It was. Have you seen those like hoarder houses? They do TV shows about them quite often, and it's just piles and piles of old stuff that's never thrown away. It was a house like that.
Oh, God. I hope they're not listening to this podcast.
In that house somewhere right now is a gold mine.
Go in, pickaxe. I'm going to find me some Pokemon cards. Did you have the shiny Charizard as well?
Yes.
Oh, no!
It wasn't as rare back then as well, but now if I think they've moved to a different country now, so there's no chance of me getting that back. But
damn it! How much?
I could be rich.
How much is the shiny Charizard now?
A
Is
lot.
it a few hundred or a few thousand?
It's in the thousands. Well, I think if it's a first edition, it's in the thousands.
God, what was so special about the first editions, apart from the fact they had a little number 1 printed on them?
So I've just gone onto eBay and typed in shiny, and the first suggestion is shiny Star 5 booster box, but the second choice is Charizard.
Give us some cash money values for like what are people selling them for? I assumed that it was so rare because it was essentially like the first shiny Charizard that there ever was in the like Pokemon trading card game, I guess. First edition's always going to be like the most valuable because, you know, they're the first ones and if you can keep them in mint condition.
Yeah. Not bend him
But-
like I bent my friend's movie
End of
view
sentence.
card.
Like I bent my friends.
Welcome to the cum zone.
I was thinking more you just folded them, like if you were angry at them, like Joe folds people. But
Oh,
we can go down the cum zone route if you want.
wow. Okay, I went the wrong way. I'll stop and ask for directions next time.
Okay, I've been scrolling down, and it's even rare on eBay. Like the first 30 that have come up are like a new black Charizard that I've never seen before. Like a GX card that.
Was that the Mega Evolution Charizard?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't really know, but it's taken me, and even they are going for like 400 £400.
Cool.
But I found the first one that I recognise that looks like a Charizard that I remember it, a shiny one. It's got a a starting bid price at £500, but no one's bid on it yet. But it looks like it's fairly new.
When it's like a money item like that, does it have to like come with like a certificate of authenticity or something like that? I know that like first edition comics do, but I don't know about cards.
So cards, there's like experts that people will get to. I don't know if evaluate the card is the right term.
Validate?
But like yeah, but they'll like inspect it and like check to see if it's fake and what condition it's in, and then give it a grade. And I can't remember what the grading system is.
It is up to the 10 is the highest, isn't it?
I want to say it's 1 to 10. I think you might be right. But yeah, I don't
Right.
think you can get like a certificate of authenticity from the people that make the Pokemon cards, but I'm pretty sure there are people out there that know their stuff and can tell a real from a fake and are like trusted by it. Or like, I guess anyone that trades, not as in like the trading card game version of trading, but like actually like buying and selling like legit Pokemon cards. I was
Right.
watching a video not long ago about some big I think what's his name? Is it Jake Paul or the other one that recently did like, so it's either Jake or Logan. One of them is super into Pokemon cards and did a video not too long ago about him buying a first edition box of cards.
A whole box, wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
like a sealed box of first edition cards from a guy. He paid something like somewhere between 350 500 grand for this box.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
God, you could retire on that.
Another channel that I can't remember the name of wanted to kind of like be, because I think that he'd set the record for like the highest purchase price for a box. So another channel wanted to do like a Twitch stream of them doing another trade like that, but for charity.
Okay.
And they got the same guy that supplied the card to Jake or Logan Paul, whichever one it is, I can't remember. The same guy that supplied them the box got him to then bring them a box to buy and inspect, but he didn't but loads of people in the Twitch chat, because this was all streamed live, loads of people in the Twitch chat were like, oh no, why is it this guy? This guy's been known to like reseal boxes, like he's a scam artist, don't do it. And like this went on for ages throughout the whole stream.
Oh no.
And then he asked, like, while they were streaming, they were like, okay, so like we're going to inspect the box. And he was like, oh wait, I didn't know you were going to inspect the box like now. Like now. So some people inspect it, like, and they're like, we think it's legit, but we're not really sure. And then they open the box and it's all like, it's completely fake. None of the cards in there are first edition at
no.
all. Some of the packets are open.
Wow.
Yeah, it like was a complete blunder.
Someone made a killing that day.
Jesus.
But the guy that had brought them had like made some sort of deal with the guy that he got them from, because I think he said the person he bought them from had claimed that they'd just been sat in a safe for 20 years untouched.
right.
And he'd managed to rustle up a contract with them or something that was like, if it turns out to be fake, then like you owe me my money back like completely or something like that. And he managed to get a refund on it and then source an actual real legit unopened box afterwards. So he like managed to right the wrong in the end. But that, I think the sale for that was 500 grand or like 500 to 550 grand just for this box. And it was all for charity, which is nice.
That's good.
But yeah, and I was just like, I can't believe that like stuff like this like goes on. Like people spend this much money on Pokemon cards, and B, there are like so many people out there that are willing to try and like fuck other people over for massive amounts of money for Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Well, you can absolutely imagine people are trying to fuck other people over by scamming them. That's not news. But
Yeah.
the fact that it's Pokemon cards is what they're using of all things.
Yeah.
I'm still on eBay now, and I've seen one. The actual card itself is called Shining Charizard. I've not seen it before. The title is BGS 9.5 Plus First Edition Neo Destiny Shining Charizard. 107 out of 105. But 27 grand is what it's going for
Oh
at
my
the moment.
word.
Jesus Christ. God.
If that means anything to anyone, and you want a BGS 9.5 Plus First Edition Neo Destiny Shining Charizard, 27 grand, it could be yours for one simple payment. 27 grand.
Easy
Nice.
peasy. You'll have the card of your dreams.
Yeah,
That's it.
it's in a nice plastic envelope, so it won't be bent.
If you're lucky, you'll even get an invitation to the Illuminati if you have the correct shiny Charizard card. It's like the Mona Lisa. If you can scratch it off, there's a secret website on the back. Please do not deface the Mona Lisa.
I thought you were going to say it's like a scratch and sniff or something, but that's much better.
It's just like
It's a website underneath.
www.illuminati.org/enter. That's all it is.
Brilliant.
Could you imagine?
It's just a coupon code on the back if you scratch away the foil.
It's just like when you scratch away the Mona Lisa, it just says joinhoney.com/jfreechannel or something.
I was just thinking about 50% off a can of beans, but I prefer that.
No, you better.
Love Honey.
Mona
Love
Lisa
Honey.
OnlyFans at.
Is it Love Honey? Is it Join Honey? Love Honey is the sex toy one, and then there's
Yeah.
regular honey that gives you discounts, and it's HUD. Which one's which?
Which one's hard?
None of them, neither of them sponsor us, mostly because we don't chase out for sponsors. But
Although,
Should we start?
we could. We
Question.
can start putting adverts in our podcasts, make them all sexy.
make it more sexy.
Go on.
Is it possible? Well, does Honey have discount codes for Love Honey? Answer me this.
One way to find out, because I have the browser extension.
Yes.
Right.
This is
Honeyception, I like
live
this.
science right here. This is
What a
happening
fucking
as we speak.
spiral. Let's do this. Lovehoney.co.uk.
You
While
guys know
Jimmy-
you want to stick around for the answer for this.
While Jimmy's doing that,
Yeah.
I guess I'll try and at least swerve us slightly back to the topic we were on, at least for a little bit. Other crazes at my school, besides Pokemon cards, were the Scoobies things. Joe was talking about them just before the podcast. Yeah, so what were they, like small like rubber? No, not even rubber. They were like plastic like laces. weren't they?
Laces? Yeah,
And then you
different
would
coloured ones.
Just like keep folding them over each other, and then eventually you'd have something. You'd have a thing that looked not great, and then you'd attach it to a keyring.
I always thought it was just a keyring, nicer upper thing.
Yeah, I don't really know.
That's
what
the
their
best way I
purpose
can
was.
explain that.
I just remember that you could buy a bag of like 100 of these things for like £1, and then just sit there, just fold them over each other forever.
It's like premium daisy chains.
They got so popular, people were covered in them.
Yeah, people
They were
would
like,
Yeah.
buy them and then sell it. Like people would take them into school and then be like, "Oh, do you want to like buy like a couple of Scooby things?" And they'd obviously sell them for like a few pence more than what they're worth, and then just keep doing that. And I was like, "These people are smart. They're making business out of this."
Etsy before Etsy was a thing. Playground hustle.
Yeah.
yeah. It overthrew my locker business. I don't believe this.
What was your
Yeah,
local
selling
business?
selling Woolworth sweets at double the cost of what I was buying them for?
Oh,
Bought it for a
man,
penny,
those
sold it for
Woolworths.
2.
Yeah, I think I used to get them for, I don't know, it was like 4 packs for £1. And I think I was selling each one for 50p.
Legend.
Mad profit.
I used to also have a locker business, believe it or not. My mum used to have a Macros membership, so I used to buy these sweets called Aqua Drops. And if Andy's listening, he's going to go, "I remember those." Anyway, they were meant to be like these like sweet sugar-free candies that like hydrate you throughout the day. I don't know how true that was, but I used to sell those for like £1 a pack, and I used to think I bought like a pack of 12 for like £5, maybe something like that, if I wasn't eating 1,000 of them myself.
Both of you are hustlers.
That is always the way it went. The business started off with the best intentions until I started eating the sweets myself.
Yeah, getting high in your own supply with the awful
Hoist your
drug
own
dealers.
petard.
yeah. But anyway, yeah, those weird plastic keyring. What did you say they were called?
I think they were called Scoobies. I'm certain
Yeah,
they were called
Scoobies.
Scoobies.
I remember
Yeah.
them as Scoobies.
They completely beat my craze. But yeah, people were hanging them off their bags, off their pockets, off their bracelets. There was just a phase, and I don't think it lasted that long. Maybe 6 months to maybe a year tops.
6 months is a long time.
Yeah, it might not have even been that. Yeah, it might have been less.
Pokemon in my school lasted a long time.
Yeah, that was years.
A
that
long time. But yeah, Scoobies weren't very long. These were both primary school for me. I remember in secondary school, there was a weird 3-month phase of everyone just buying bouncy balls. And I don't really know why, but bouncy balls were big. Everyone loved bouncy balls because they're absolute chaos. Like, if you get a small enough classroom and throw about 5 of them, it's chaos.
Especially with someone, you get the alpha Chad at the back who's just like, watch this, and just like nearly kills the teacher.
It's got a hefty throw on him, yeah. What else was... Oh, shootout cards were a thing in my secondary school as well. I actually I think I've got an album of it down here. Hang on, 2 seconds, I can see it.
Jamie's about to
What are
discover
these
he's a
things I've never
millionaire.
heard of?
Oh, he's got a binder
We
as
still
well.
have them. 2006, 2007 binder of shootout cards, and it's complete as well. I have every single one.
You have to see if that's got any value to it. I don't
think
doubt
it does.
Out of curiosity.
I've got the binder.
So for anyone listening, it's
back
football.
when Charlton
Football
Athletic were
cards.
actually in the Premier League. The team
Look
that
at this if you cry every
I guess
time.
I technically do kind of support them, but also not really. But my Pokemon binder's down there as well. You can see it. I'm not pointing at it. I know that obviously the people listening can't see it, but there's a Pokemon binder down there as well.
With a shiny Charizard that you completely forgot about until right now.
There's no shinies in it at all because they all went through the wash.
Why? What happened?
I think I remember you telling me about
took
this.
I took all my shinies to summer school to do some trading with, but only my shinies, and then I left them in my shorts pocket, and then they went through the wash, and then all that came out the other end was a big ball of soggy paper, and I was distraught, and I never touched Pokemon cards again. And I haven't touched them since. I never bought any since.
It's been requested for some people that we do buy a box of Pokemon cards and do an unboxing stream or an unwrap. What do they call them? Is it just like a
is it not
unboxing?
Unboxing?
I think there's a word or a name for it. I could be completely wrong. Maybe there isn't. But if there is, comment. Now, do it.
Or card opening stream.
Because unboxing is the term, but I don't know if Pokemon cards have their own specific term.
I think it card packet opening has its own name. I'm sure of it.
Card packet opening, unboxing, unwrapping stream.
Maybe it is unboxing or something. I don't know. I'm going to Google it. I'm going to go on YouTube and put Pokemon card unboxing.
I wouldn't know anything about them anymore. I've completely fallen out of the loop with Pokemon. I still play the games, although I haven't got Sword and Shield. Yeah, I haven't got Sword and Shield, but I've played most of the Pokemon games prior. So I like them, but with all the Pokemon cards and anything else Pokemon, I've kind of just fallen out of the loop with it. I don't really know any of the Pokemon anymore. I'm a first gen boy. I'm like anything after first gen, get in the sea.
Same. And I've recently just played and pretty much completed Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Nice.
But because I renamed all my Pokemon, I gave them all nicknames. I didn't actually learn their technical names, so I still am none the wiser of any of the new Pokemon.
Should have learnt it in Latin.
I know what they look like. It's I know this fiery boy evolves into a slightly bigger fiery boy and then evolves into a slightly cooler kickboxing-looking fiery boy,
Nice.
but I have no idea what they're called.
Blaziken.
To be fair,
that does sound like Blaziken, actually.
once I'd said anything after Gen 1 can get in the sea, that isn't technically true. I do like some. I think I like some from 2 and some from 3, and that's about it. Anything after that, I'm not really a big fan of. Because I realise I really like Cyndaquil. I really like Sudowoodo for some reason. I don't know why, but Sudowoodo's great.
Yeah, it's not even a strong Pokemon. It's just there. It's because he was a tree, wasn't he? But you couldn't get past him unless you played the poker flute or something like that.
He did the little
Snorlax.
wiggle. You try and get past him and you do the little wiggle.
If you didn't catch him, that was it. You screwed up your chance. Not getting another one.
Yeah. That's why you save it right beforehand and then you keep trying.
Sounds tense.
Same with the
But
Snorlaxes and the Legendaries.
There's a handful from the newer gens that I like and know the names of, but the first gen, obviously, I know all of them.
Yeah.
And I can probably, if given enough time, reel off all of their names, but after that, I haven't got a clue. I could probably name a handful from each generation. Like Trubbish. How can you not like Trubbish? How can you not know Trubbish?
I do know Trubbish.
Go on, Travis. It's good. What's his evolution called? Or is that the
It's
evolution?
really annoying because I fought it last night when I was streaming Pokemon.
If it's not got, if the evolution doesn't have garbage in the name, I'm going to be upset.
It could be something like that, actually.
I think it is.
Listen to us fucking boomers talk.
Yeah.
Do you kids watch the Pokemon stream? Back in my day, there was a movie called Pokemon 2000, which came with a limited edition Mew card.
It's Garbodor.
Nice. So okay, it's
there
got
you go.
garbage. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
okay
stuck
with
to
it.
the theme. That's what we like. There's a Pokemon that Jamie truly detests.
Yes, Chandelure, and I fucking hate it so much. I really don't like it. I think it's just. I think the whole evolution like chain for those is already stupid, and then Chandelure just really takes the cake for me. I'm like, I can't like.
Just a chandelier with eyes.
It's a yeah.
Is it?
It's just a chandelier. There's a ghost Pokemon, but it's a chandelier, and it's because the chandelier's haunted or something, and like it's been possessed. And I'm like, what? But I'm like, how is it possessed if it was previously a lamp or whatever the fuck it was beforehand?
But Jamie, you only ever see those kind of chandeliers in horror films now.
Yeah.
They only exist in that realm. I've never seen one apart from in a horror film, so
I've seen lots, but I was cabin crew, so they were all in fancy hotels.
I was going to say, what planes were you flying?
Yes, on the plane. Welcome to first class, sir. Don't mind the turbulence. The glass is secured and will not possibly kill you.
The candles kept falling out and setting the plane on fire.
Got smoke on the plane, but don't worry about the scented candles. That's okay. I think I remember, actually, we had to remove the microwaves because that was apparently interfering sometimes. And it was a heavy as a fuck piece of equipment, so it was saving on fuel. Anyway, that's a side note no one wants to know about.
Did we ever get to the bottom of the Love Honey thing?
Yeah, it's the honey loyalty scheme comes up, but there's no discount codes.
Damn.
I know,
God
that's
damn
disappointing. It's
I
quite
was going to
good.
buy so many
Looking
things
forward
from
to
Love
some
Honey.
savings.
I was going to say, I put a £50 fleshlight in the cart as the first thing on the homepage, and
Nice.
for those who don't know what a fleshlight is,
My biggest dildo is only 10 inches. I got used to it now. Need to upgrade.
it's like when you stretch your ear out. Now you got to go for 10 and a half. And you go for,
Stretch your ear or rear? What did you just say?
well, yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess.
Stretch both out and you can hear your arsehole echo.
How do you think ear stretching works?
Guys, we should really quickly go on to wins of the week from this because I can see this spiraling
We've
fast.
already spiraled so far. Let's keep going. Right, go on in.
What's your wins of the week, Jamie?
Oh, me first. Nice. I've started running again. I started last
Nice.
week. Although, actually, I guess it's more of a win because I got further than I thought I was going to. So
Nice.
I did the marathon distance in January, as in I ran like the entire length of a marathon, but over the course of a month. But the maximum I got to was I could do 3K in one run, which is a shame because I used to be able to do 5. But I know it's just because I'm heavier than I was back then, so it's more effort and more unfit. But I started at about 1.6K when I started it in January, and then because I hadn't really run since January, I was like, oh man, I'm going to get back to there again. However, I didn't. I got like 2.2-ish K on my first run, and then I think I managed to get to 2.5 on my third. So I was pretty happy with that.
Nice.
So it's nice to know I haven't like completely lost everything that I'd worked towards. But did we talk about this in the last episode? That I'd set myself the goal of being able to run 5K and get to 13 stone like by Jimmy's wedding.
Yes, you did. Yeah.
I've set myself that, so I'm sticking to it, and I'm going to continue trying to do that. Another win was I got my hair cut today. I finally don't look like a shaggy dog.
Oh, I mean,
can't
if you
wait.
guys could see Jamie right now, he looks sexy.
I didn't before. I haven't looked sexy for the past year, but oh boy.
Voice looks sexy to me, baby.
Because I was a victim of a lockdown haircut. I did have to get Tegan to cut my hair, and I hated every second of it. But the problem with it was
Poor
that
Tegan.
no, to be fair, she did a good job. But it's just when someone else is cutting your hair that you don't trust and also doesn't have any sort of haircut experience, it puts you on edge a little bit. But it
It's a
was just
stressful situation.
She'd left the
Yeah.
back a bit too long, so the back of my head ended up being longer hair than on the top. So it kind of felt really weird eventually.
Party at the back.
Yeah, bite in the back, baby. But yeah, I've finally got to go back to my barber today, and he's sorted me out good and proper.
Nice.
And a little mini win is we came across. We're not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form, but I came across a guy that started selling sauces in lockdown. Set up his own business called Big Guy's Thick Sauce, and it is spelt thick with 3 C's. I've been meaning to buy some for a while. I'd been following him on Instagram for a little while, and then I was like, you know what, I really need to do this. I'm a big fan of sauces and hot sauces, so I bought some, and they arrived today, and they're pretty damn good. Pretty damn good.
Yeah, man.
I'm impressed.
One thing that always excites me coming around to your house is the sauce cupboard.
Oh man, yeah, love the sauce
so
cupboard.
many condiments. Oh, I love being the condiment king.
I am jealous.
I'm
of
actually
that.
running a bit dry at the moment. I need to get some more because I've used most of them.
Don't you have a sauce shop affiliate link?
I wish I did. That'd be amazing.
I thought if you just are a member, you can just like, hey, if you buy through this link, you get like 8% off or something.
Oh, like it's a if you're already a member, although it's just free to sign up to an account, you get like the person you've given the link to gets 10% off, and I think you get like some source points, and you can use those source points to like get money off of some of your orders if you save up enough.
So you're telling me you're not abusing your position, putting it on every Twitch stream and podcast and YouTube video
if they gave us an affiliate link of our own that was like sourceshop.com/jfreechannel, then hell yeah, I'll get on it.
all for it.
But yeah, so that's a nice little win. That's a nice little win, I think.
And you've tried all the sauces that you've received.
The bottles are empty.
Tried them, finished them, recycled them.
A slight other mini win for this week was I got to see Joe today, albeit briefly, but I got to see Joe. And he gave me a CPU cooler.
Oh, exciting.
That was the only purpose of really visiting him and to say hello. But yeah, that was a nice little win because I finally got to. We haven't seen each other like in person for yonks.
No, feels weird seeing people in person.
It feels like you're breaking the
After
law a
having
bit, doesn't it? Like you're doing something naughty.
Yeah, it's gonna feel weird when it's normal again.
Yeah.
You're gonna feel like, should I? Shouldn't I? No, I can. I definitely can.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice. And actually, I suppose this could probably go on the wins of the week, even though it hasn't happened yet. We are planning to meet up and have a barbecue potentially very soon. So all three of us at the same time meeting up outside. Best friend time.
I can't wait. I'm so excited about that. As soon as Jamie suggested it, I was like, yes, Jody, you free? Yes, we're going.
We are in. Nice. By the time that
Amanda,
you're
you free?
listening to this,
No, well, you're coming.
it will be the coming weekend.
Will it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So send us your best wishes on Sunday or else.
Or send us some
Monday
foods
even,
to
sorry.
make. Some good food to make.
And if you're,
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, if you're a vegetarian as well, because Jody don't eat meat no more, if you could think of any good veggie barbecue foods, send me a recipe and I'll prep it for the day before.
We have a food channel in our Discord.
Yeah.
So you fancy joining? And also, I'm going to quickly sneak in a plug.
Yeah.
Only because Jamie was talking about running as well. And I feel like when this is out, we're going to be very close to the end of the month. And Jimmy and I have pledged that if on our YouTube channel we reach 200 subscribers, we will stream ourselves running 10 kilometers, all for your entertainment pleasure. It's going to be a new run that we've never done, so we could get lost as well. It could add to the fun. Do you want to see sheer panic of Jimmy and I running into what looks like a farmer's backyard and we could potentially get shot? Then definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. You won't regret it.
Yeah. Your day will get 1% better if you do it.
Yep.
If you want to watch two men get hot and sweaty and it's not on Pornhub, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's on RedTube instead.
Nice.
So yeah, sorry, had to squeeze that in.
No.
What's your wins of the week, Jimmy?
I got I got two wins of the week. I thought I had one, but I got two. So my first one is it's a nice little simple, humble one. On Saturday, Jody and I, we went for a long little local walk. Just sort of head out the door at 12 o'clock. Didn't get back until late because we wanted to go explore the local area. Got like a little ordnance survey map on the phone and just followed it round. It was great.
Nice.
Got some real big nature. The sun was out in the UK, which if you are a UK resident, you know it's rare. They're few and far between those sunny Saturdays. So yeah, really made the most of the weekend and just, felt good afterwards. Felt more connected with Jody and yeah, life was good.
Oh, gross.
I know.
You went and ruined it all.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then you go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like, love Jody.
Say something stupid like, let's go for a walk and bond.
Oh, Christ's sake. How dare I? I'm so sorry, guys. I know it separates me from you guys a little bit more. But, there's always a special place for the bromance. You guys come first secretly. Kisses.
I hope so. Jamie and I have secretly been trying to get your wedding postponed so it never happens. So you spend more time with us.
Wait, you start COVID?
Shh. This can't get out.
You better cut this out in post, Jimmy. You better cut it out.
I'm going to deep fry it so it's...
Yeah, instead of cutting it out, let's just give everyone's ears a bad time.
We do that with the podcast anyway. Way.
Hey.
True.
Listen,
Can't get much worse.
unless you're in the bathtub and then we give your bathroom a nice time.
Oh, I tell you what,
That's a
this is the
cheeky
perfect time
wink
to
to our
give.
friend.
Yeah, there's a good shout out there. You know who you are. Listening to us in the bath, all acousticy and echoey and splashy. All right, back to where we were.
Yeah. Anyway.
Always the Halo theme. You can't sing anything else with echo. It has to be the Halo theme or Get Out.
It has to be.
By the way, their name is, I'm going to plug them because they do have something. Their name is Naesus, NAEISUS.com. A published author. Go check out that book, Age of Reckoning. Do it right now. Do it. I'll wait. Oh, you're back. Welcome back.
It.
And my other
Well,
win of the
actually,
week.
To be fair, oh sorry, just to cut in very briefly, I'd be words. Hello, we'd be interested to know like what you do when you listen to us. Anyway, unless it's but like if you listen to us in a specific place or that, like if it's like on the way to work. Or you've got like I'll listen to them on such and such a day at such and such a time, something like that. Just interesting to know.
Yeah.
I thought you were being more specific to Naesis. Like, what do you do when you're listening to us in the bar?
No. Cleaning, hopefully.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit more dirty before cleaning.
Deary me. But going back, like way back now to Jimmy's
Yeah, sorry for
exploring Ordnance Survey maps, I genuinely do like going for a walk, not knowing where I'm going and seeing where this map that I've plotted out takes me.
Yeah.
Quite often it leads to nice things. Sometimes it can be a bit crap and you just end up walking down a busy road, but sometimes you can find some unexplored corners of the countryside that you never knew existed.
Yeah, I had that sort of experience not too long the other day as well. We were out for a walk and I was like, I wonder if we can cut through here. So I pulled up the map on my phone. Footpathmaps.co.uk is a good website to use. It tells you where all like the little cut throughs and stuff are, which is cool.
That's cool. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, check it out. You'll find more about your local area than you ever thought there was, which is pretty cool. Even like cut through alleyways between roads and stuff it has on there. So it's really
I used to
handy.
use something similar for when I used to cycle a lot off-road. There's some good websites for that.
And we were walking back. We were going to go see some horses because we live in a cool little village that has horses. And then, cut through and got home quicker. That's it. That was the moral of the story. But that did remind me of, in my long walk, we got really far away from where we lived. And there's a village path that we're like, oh, maybe we'll follow this public footpath and see where it takes us. And it was like literally a field of like 3 or 4 horses in. And you could just walk through it. So we had like 10, 15 minutes just playing and cuddling with horses. It was great.
Nice.
And we know Jodie. She loves horses.
She does
yeah.
love horses. It's interesting that you called them horsies. And that's not like because of how it sounds, but because like everyone has their own like way of saying stuff. And every time me and Teague see a horse, we just go, horse.
An horse.
Even if it's multiple horses, we'll just be like, horse. That's it. That's all we say. But I can totally imagine Jodie saying horsies.
I think she just says horses. I don't know.
Ah, rubbish. Jodie, step it up.
I'll keep an eye out, or an ear out even. I'll let you know. Next podcast.
Is that not just a like cutesy speak way of saying it, or is that just a pronunciation difference?
It's one of those things where, I don't know, when people see horses, no one just goes, oh, look, there's a field full of horses. They always go, horsies, or Jamie and Tegan go, horse. Everyone has to tell everyone that there are horses nearby in their own unique way.
Horses are the best.
Yeah.
What about the classic, oh, look, there's horses?
And no one does that. Well, not that I know. Are you the outlier, Joe? Is that you?
I can't remember the last time I ever pointed out horses, to be honest.
So the vision of you going, there's motherfucking horses!
Look at them motherfuckers over there horsing about.
Yeah. Eating that hay
What are they
shit.
doing?
Hey, jackass, wear the long face.
Nerd!
Nerd! Nay!
So what we've learned is Joe's a fucking dick to horses.
You fuckers trapped behind a fence.
You sleep in a stable outside, losers. I got electricity, bitch.
Yeah, that was totally exactly how I announced the presence of horses last time.
Every time you go out for a walk with Amanda, she's like, oh shit, here we go again.
Yeah.
Please don't see them. Please don't
Tries
say
to
them.
steer us away.
Don't make a scene, don't make a scene, don't.
What are your wins, Joe?
My wins of the week are kind of, well, it's in progress. It's a work in progress. Pretty much like it was for my last wins of the week, but it's still on the decorating hype. But now it's going to be more appealing to everyone because everyone can see it. It's going to be my streaming room or the office or the J3 studios, depending on what you want to call it. I'm taking off those foam panels that were at the back. So they were just these completely black foam panels that just made the room look dark. I couldn't really do much with the decorations. I even tried shining lights on it before, and because it was just a black wall, the light never really shone off it, so you couldn't even see the light. So it got a bit boring after a while. So now I've taken those down. Hopefully I don't sound more echoey. I can't hear it, and hopefully you guys can't hear it. But I'm going to make it look nice and homely so that when the boys come back and we can finally record stuff together in person, it's going to look and feel like a comfy, cozy studio.
Yeah.
So I've started it already. I've taken the panels down. It has peeled off some of the paint on the wall, which is going to be a nightmare to sand down, fill, and repaint, but it's going to be worth it.
If there's anything you want to see in the background in Joe's streams, let us know.
Do you have suggestions for me?
I gave you one earlier on that there's this really nice picture of all three of us, and you should just blow it up and get it painted on the wall. That'd be great.
Giant a mural.
Giant mural.
Jinx.
Just us.
Because I do have one to my left that if you ever watch any of the streams when I'm on, you can see us all together.
Yeah.
Jimmy has one on the back wall, but it's miles away.
Yeah, my back wall is very far. I should have put it next
Your
to me.
back wall is huge and that picture is tiny, so it kind of looks out of place a little bit.
I do find it weird that it's not in the middle of the wall either. It's just kind of off to the side, but I assume it's so that you're not in the way of it for the camera. That's what I'm assuming. Yeah. But I imagine
In fact,
looking
like
at it,
maybe I should put
it's a bit
something
weird.
like here. I can't point properly, but I should probably put something like on the other corner of the wall as well to sort of balance it out, give a good vibe.
Jamie gone fancy with diplomas on his wall. Is that
Yeah,
what that is over
show
there?
off.
Yeah, that is what they are.
Nice flex.
Yeah. There are grad photos next to our diplomas.
Ah,
That's nice.
doing a big
Doing
learn.
the learn.
There's a few paintings that Amanda has done, but I just, one of them's because I'm a massive fan of the UFC, one of them's one of my favourite fighters knocking someone out. I don't know if that really goes with the streaming theme.
You can't not say the name of them.
Michael Bisping. He's retired now, but he was the first and only so far ever British champion. And he was never known as a power puncher, but knocked the guy out for the title win. I was up at 3 a.m. in the morning screaming my head off, waking the neighbours when that happened.
That was before the event.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's happening.
No, to be fair, before the event, I was literally, my hands were just grabbing the bed sheets tight. I would not let go. I was tense.
It's good to have that much passion for it, though. I love it.
Well, I have had moments like that again, but we haven't had a British title fight since then, or since Bisping's retired. We're getting close, though. We're getting a few up and comers, so it's looking good.
I saw the UFC subreddit's been kicking off a little bit. Apparently, people are pissed off that there's a fighter who's had like 15 wins and not had a title fight, but some guy won once and got a title shot straight away. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, that's happening this weekend. I guarantee that was Masvidal getting the title shot and Covington not getting it. But unless you're into the sport, that's going to mean nothing to you.
We should have a separate podcast once again. So we've got the food podcast. We'll have the sport podcast.
The sport
this is.
The sport podcast will have one episode every like 2 months, if that, because the only one of us that watches sport is Joe.
Oh yeah, I could do it myself, just on UFC. It won't include any other sport, just MMA. And you guys will be dead bored.
I'd love to listen to it. I love listening to people talk about stuff they're passionate about. Even if I have no idea what's going on, it's like, hell yeah, tell me more.
I love listening to people talk about things they're passionate about, especially when they're really good at talking.
Yeah,
I aspire to be like that.
me too. One day, we'll be there.
I better read a book, start improving my vocabulary.
I would suggest starting with the dictionary in that case.
You want a thesaurus for that, not a dictionary.
Forgot about that. It's been so long since I've been to school. I've not used a thesaurus since I've left school. Maybe an online one when I was doing my degree, so I stopped using the same word. How do I say therefore a different way?
Well, I just use Google for that now, and I'm pretty sure most people do.
Yeah.
So what's another way of saying this word?
You get the online thesaurus. Not like the one in school, back to topic one, but like massive like encyclopedia almost. And you're like, I want to say a different word for that.
They came in volumes. It was like A to D and then E to H or something like that. We used to have those weird encyclopedias when I was a kid.
They intimidated me too much. I stayed well clear of those.
Yeah, I don't think I ever opened one, but I know that we had some at home, just in one of the cupboards somewhere. Now we have Wikipedia, a reliable source of information.
Yeah, 100% reliable.
Yep.
Something that you've always wanted in the palm of your hand is immediate information at all times. Do you know what else you want?
Yep. What do I want?
I don't know. You tell me. This is the next topic.
I knew this was a segue. I could feel it in my plums. Just like I know. It's like I know where he's going with this.
We were thinking about stuff that you'd like to do, not necessarily before you die. It could be like next year or whatever, but it's like something that's like at the back of your mind. Be like, oh yeah, I'd really like to do that. So we want to know.
Do you boys have a bucket list? Might as well start with a bucket list.
Yeah, I don't, to be honest.
I don't have one either.
There's stuff that I'll see and be like, oh yeah, I'd like to do that before I die or whatever. But
that is a bucket list. That's exactly what a bucket list is.
it's not written out, so I don't technically have one, if that makes any sense.
Oh, well, I don't have mine written, but I have a mental list of things that I'd like to do.
Oh, I don't. See, I do something similar to Jimmy, but then forget what that thing was. So it's not mentally stored anywhere. It's just like, oh, I definitely want to do that at some point, and then forget about it until something crops up and reminds me.
Your brain does the Discord disconnect noise.
Yeah. Or the Windows shut down. Windows 7.
My bucket list, there's not much on it at the moment, but a bungee jump is one of them. A skydive is another one. No, I know they're kind of the same, but I feel like they're not the same, like at all. I feel like they're completely different.
They're two different
I don't, because skydive is on my bucket list, but bungee jump isn't. I still think it'd be cool to do, but it's not like one that I massively care about. Skydiving I'd want to do.
I'm with Joe, except I'm a little more scared of bungee jumping.
It's weird, isn't it, that like you're jumping from a much lower height, but it seems scarier because you're just like free falling rather than obviously you're kind of free falling in from a skydive, but you're kind of supported by the whatever the little mini chute is that kind of causes drag and keeps you upright and stuff. You know what I mean? And then you're probably gonna have when you skydive, you've got like that kind of small little like mini chute that comes out to keep you upright.
Yeah,
or like
I
flat.
Think for me,
and you've got a guy on your back.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're free falling when you're that high up.
Yeah.
And you're not attached to something
feels like
where
really
it's
windy.
on a bungee. Yeah. I feel like eventually the first initial jump out of the plane would probably feel like a free fall, but not very long into it, it'd feel like you're gliding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas a bungee jump would just feel like a free fall the whole way down.
Yeah, and you're like constantly looking at the floor as it gets ever closer to you, like very quickly. Whereas a skydive, the floor obviously gets closer, but quite slowly. Well, and unless you do hit the floor.
Relatively.
Yeah.
I'd say my fight or flight instincts of kicking in just thinking about bungee jumping. I'm like really tense. I'm just like,
I'd like to think that I'd be A-okay doing it, but I'm certain that if I was stood on the platform, I'd be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, what was I thinking? But I'd want to do it.
Well, funny enough, I was looking into this last time I was in Vegas. They had one off one of their really tall buildings up there.
that's cool.
Actually, no, I don't know if it can be classed as bungee jumping. It's still a free fall jump, but it's got these two pillars either side of you that you're attached to. So you just jump off, and then as you start getting towards the bottom, it slows you down until you hit the floor, and then you're just on the floor. You don't go back up again.
Oh, that fucking straight back up. Mom, help me!
So yeah, you just essentially free fall with these two pillars either side of you, and you're attached to each one with a small bungee cord, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like the slingshots. I never want to do one of those.
Oh no,
I do.
They kind of don't even look fun in my opinion. They just look like hell.
Million subs on YouTube. Joe will go on one.
Nice. Thanks, Joe.
I mean,
What a
don't tell them that I'd have done it for free. But yes, for 1 million subs, I'll do it.
Oh my god.
Quick!
I can already see my heart falling out of my stomach if I ever got in that chair. I'd be like...
Would you be like that? The dude that's like in that video where someone's played like the Windows start up and shut down music over him like passing out and going back to
Repeatedly fainting.
I don't think I'd pass out. That would not be in a good way. I think if I did bungee jumping and like you said, get to the platform and be like, why the fuck am I here? And then end up doing it. And then I'll be walking away and be like, oh, glad I did that. You know, I've experienced it now. If I ever like did the slingshot thing, I'd hate it start to finish and afterwards, I think. I just wouldn't be, happy. No. Please.
Another thing on my bucket list is to build a house. Preferably my own, not someone else's.
Yeah.
Look at you, man of the soil.
It's something that I'd really like to do. I'd like to build my own house. My ideal scenario would be obviously to because me and Tegan are going to hopefully be looking to buy a house early next year. The ideal scenario would be to just build it, but we obviously aren't going to be able to afford it. So I would like to like get a house get ourselves on the ladder, and then maybe like the next house build ourselves potentially.
Love that. Yeah, that's what a lot of people do, because obviously they build the equity, sell it, buy a small plot of land, live in a caravan, build the house.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do. Tegan really wants to build her own as well, so it works well that we'd like both want to build. I kind of don't know why. I just would like to kind of build a house that is everything that I want it to be.
Grand design style.
Yeah, to be
bougie as fuck.
Watching Grand Designs has definitely influenced this, but...
Has this been a long time thing, then? I don't think I've ever heard you ever talk about that before.
No, I'd say it's probably a recent-ish development. I wasn't ever too fussed about building a house before, but now now I don't know. I just really want to.
I can see the appeal.
I think I remember you talking about Grand Designs before and mentioning that you enjoy the process of watching it kind of thing, so would be keen about doing it yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've got a handful of friends that have built houses. All of them live up north where it's just so much cheaper to do so.
Yep.
And I'm always so jealous. There's no way on earth I'd be able to do it down here for the wage I'm on. But I could do that and more on the same wage. Just, I don't know, 100 miles north.
House prices are disgusting down south.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
rough. For what my house is costing, Jodie's sister's currently looking as well, and they can get more space for like 50 grand or more, like even 70 grand less. It's well upsetting.
Yeah, it's disgusting, isn't it?
Yep.
And mine's like a terraced house is like in the middle, and then the houses that she's been looking at are like end of terrace or on their own. I'm like, no, please stop it.
Well, our prices are only high because we're nearish London. If you go southwest, it gets cheaper. But because we're so close to London, however, I was talking to my barber about this today, and he brought up a good point that was like, lots of people are moving out of London now because not as many people need to be in London, and like offices are closing because they don't realize they don't need them anymore. Loads of people are leaving London because they can just work from home, so don't need to be in London anymore. So there's a chance that maybe prices will go down if we're lucky, but it obviously won't be for a couple of years yet. But you never know; they might go down.
Well, at the moment, they're still on the rise. So
Yeah, it's definitely a seller's market right now.
Although it would actually be bad for us if they did go down, because if Jimmy's just buying a house and I'm about to buy a house and the house prices crash,
well,
that'd be
that's
the worst.
it. I'm kind of banking on them going up as having already got one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need that third bathroom.
Yeah. Either go up or stay the same. I just don't want them to go down.
Yeah.
Need to burp.
Go on, do it. Give it. Go on.
That's one of those. Like,
Jimmy,
it's one of those liquidy burps. It's gone now.
Jimmy. Ah, rubbish.
Waste.
Sack him.
Man.
Sack him.
Did it bubble back up inside? I hate that.
Red card, send him off.
Quick, read the ads. Wait, what ads?
We make up our own ads.
Do you like YouTube? Then J3 channel is the channel for you. Subscribe today.
Nice.
If you like YouTube, interesting ploy,
I ever.
interesting tactic.
We are slowly running out of time, but there's one I do want to talk more about this bucket list thing. Maybe we can do this again.
No, keep going. Quick. Joe, what do you want to do? What's a big thing that you want to do?
To be honest, the things that I was thinking of, we've mentioned. They were the ones that were on your list pretty much.
Oh, nice.
The skydiving was definitely high up. That was the first one I was going to mention, actually.
Love to do it.
Otherwise, without putting more thought into it, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's something. I just can't think of it right now.
Mine, which will probably not happen, or more than likely not happen now, is that I'd love to live in another country for a whole year. Like do 1 year in a different country. My two countries that I would choose.
Before, and I was upset.
Nearly did at one point. We were like proper looking into it. Nearly like booked an appointment for a visa and everything.
Wasn't that Canada?
Yeah. So looking at like living around.
I also
Toronto
remember
way.
being sad.
I'd choose Canada or Japan.
I think I was in this weird mixed emotion state where I was like, I'm really happy for him, but also he better fucking not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's very unlikely to happen now. Maybe I have to like wait until my retirement years.
How selfish of you, Jimmy.
I know, I'm sorry, guys.
Can I add one in for you?
Yeah.
Surely one of your things that you'd like, at least bucket list thing, is to get a pilot's license.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's like a not a bucket list. That's like a career goal, I guess. That would be like my dream career, to like be a pilot. But the cost of entry is insane, so it's not something that is at the forefront of like wanting at the end of the day, if it makes any sense, because I just know I can't afford it. It brings me down every time.
If you want to see Jimmy succeed in paying for it,
thank you. You did.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit us up on Twitch. Do all the good stuff.
Look, if Logan Paul can blow 500 grand on a box of Pokemon cards, you can hook your boy up with a hundo to pay your pilot's license.
I was just gonna straight up be like donate
Straight
to our
donate.
GoFundMe. Yeah.
A few of my friends tried that.
I was being a bit nicer about it.
Tried to go down the GoFundMe route. They got a little bit actually. It did like sort of keep them going for a bit. I think it's worked out quite nicely for them, but it's not like enough to fund their entire license.
Yeah.
But they're in
So
the same position
expensive.
as me.
It's like $100,000 or something, isn't it? For the
About that now,
test. Is it for the test or is it for the whole
for like the
shebang?
whole course. But because of COVID, some schools who will not be named are charging a 70 grand premium.
Ugh, as if it wasn't expensive enough.
Nearly doubling it.
I know, it's vile.
That's gross.
Ugh.
Not having that. I'm coming for you, schools that will not be named.
You can open up a second mortgage, but for a pilot license.
Open up a second mortgage and do exactly the same thing you were doing, but for cheaper. But you have to
If you're
wait
out there
because COVID.
and you're feeling generous and fancy remortgaging your property so Jimmy can do his pilot's
Don't do
license.
You know it's a smart move. You'll get your money back in approximately 15 to 20 years.
50 to 20 lifetimes. Well, this is good
and
stuff.
seeing as you mentioned about, this isn't really like a career aspiration of mine, but it's something I'd like to get out of the way, not within my lifetime, but within the next couple of years, is have a live sanctioned MMA fight.
Yes. I've been
Nice.
waiting
Yeah,
for
that'd
this.
be cool.
I want to be Joe's fangirl.
I keep nearly getting the opportunity, and then something happens, like I get an injury that puts me out for months, or the big one, COVID happened, so I haven't been able to train for 2 years now. Even though COVID's only been about a year, I had a year-long injury leading up to COVID. I was ready to get back into it, and then everything shut down. So it's gonna be a slow slog, a big old grind getting back into it. But I would like to get to a point, even if I don't win, even if I don't do many of them, I just want to get in there at least once to say I have.
Could you, if we ever hit the big time, would you want to go up to KSI or Logan Paul? Or was it Jake Paul? Which one done the boxing?
If I was the same weight of them,
I was
I
gonna
definitely
say,
would.
It'd be in a different weight category, I think.
But they're
Jake.
way taller and heavier than I am. It wouldn't
Good
happen.
point. They're American giants, aren't they?
Jake Paul would be the one. The dude winds me up. I don't know if you guys have seen recently the Ben Askren Jake Paul thing that's been building up.
Yeah, everyone
and
thinks that
happened.
Askren threw it, don't they? Because they don't think that he had enough punching power behind him to knock him out, right? Is that what you're going to say?
No.
Oh.
I
Oh,
don't
has it
think
happened
it was
now? I
thrown.
thought that was still.
No, it happened the weekend just gone. So if you're listening to this, the weekend before last, yeah, it happened.
Who is Ben Askren?
He's an MMA fighter.
Oh.
But his someone that Jake Paul called out. But Ben Askren he was a good fighter for his wrestling. His grappling was his thing. He was never known for his striking. And then Jake Paul, being the clever son of a bitch he is, called out the MMA fighter who was known for his grappling in a boxing match, knowing that he probably has a pretty good chance of beating this guy, and then can say, I've beaten a UFC fighter.
Cheeky,
And
isn't
he's gone on the whole, MMA fighters are weak, they don't train hard, all this kind of stuff.
Christ.
And because he's beaten one of them, now he's got like these bragging rights, and he knocked out Askren. It wasn't just in the first round as well. He knocked
It's
him out
within 2 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Christ.
it's embarrassing. And considering he's not a professional fighter himself, he's had a couple of fights against other YouTubers previously and won, and that's it. And then he's gone and beat a professional MMA fighter. It doesn't look good for the MMA community. So it's sad times, even for even boxers. Even boxers don't like him. One of the guys I work with is a boxer. He can't stand the guy.
We've seen so many MMA fighters go to boxing, but not vice versa, I feel like.
They'd never do it the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they know they'd lose.
Yeah.
There's a whole different environment that they've never fought in before, which is the flaw.
Actually, it has happened once. A boxer has gone to MMA to fight, and it was way back. It's probably in the late 2000s, so it was a long time ago. A boxer called James Toney came to fight, and this guy's no slouch. He's won world title fights before. He came to fight in the UFC and fought Randy Couture back when he was a thing, which was a fair while ago. And Randy Couture took him down first round, started ground and pounding him out, and got the TKO win within a minute, I think it was.
Damn.
It was embarrassing. But that's what would happen.
Yeah.
It can only go one way unless you manage to sneak in a lucky shot before that happens.
Yeah. On the
Which I'd be
button.
surprised about. So yeah, that's my rant over.
That's good.
Got off topic.
I was happily sitting there.
I'm
just like,
mad.
yeah, this is great.
There's something quite special about knowing a man that wants to punch other people for a living.
Gets the juices flowing.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I ever get to fight in the cage at least once, I'll be happy. Probably won't be happy with the result, but I'll be happy that I've done it.
I'll be rooting for you.
Do you know what you'd be
Thanks,
happy
man.
doing? There's another segue.
What would I be happy doing?
Once you've, posing in the ring with just your shorts on as Miss October, because this brings us to the podcast question.
Oh yes.
Once again, another one from Robo. I really enjoyed this one, so I thought it'd be a good one to talk about. Is there, we're going to make a J3 sexy calendar, but instead of all 12 months of all three of us in, we get each 4 months. What 4 months do you want to be?
It sounded like when you started this that you said, we're going to make a J3 calendar. I'd like to caveat that with we don't have a plan to, but if we did, I'd
I
obviously
mean, if there's enough like call for it,
Yeah.
who knows?
I'd obviously like to shotgun my own birth month, please. I imagine that you boys will want to do the same with yours.
All right.
So I'd
I
take
don't know.
October.
I
Jimmy
like the
take
thought of a
January.
naked Jimmy on my month.
Like a special treat for you.
Yeah. So, I can't wait to get to my birthday.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what?
yes.
That's actually, like, now that I think about it, that's not a bad idea. Because if I owned the calendar for myself, I'd just be looking at myself for my birth month. I don't know if I want to do that.
Just like
You raise a good
crossing
point.
off the days, walking up to yourself, going, "Happy birthday, Mr. President." It's me again.
Yeah. So if I be January, Jamie be
Wait, what? Oh yeah.
I can be August.
Jamie be August, and then Jimmy be October. Sorted.
So I'm October.
Then just the other months to work out.
I think Joe's definitely a summer boy. You're gonna be the
Do you think?
Yeah, you'll be the best on the beach, on the sand, on the nudist beach, of course. Covering up your weenie with a pina colada.
Oh, that sounds.
It's obviously tasteful nudes. We're doing, yeah.
I'd want one of the summer months, like June or July, to do like a Speedos, but at the barbecue, kind of like.
Oh, Jamie would make a great dad at the barbecue in Speedos.
I just had the best picture in my head. Jamie's at the grill with nothing but a Speedo on, with the turned round like, oops, sort of. With the grill spatula in his other
I'm
hand.
being spanked with it or something.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
You know what? I've kind of got an image of Jimmy at some time in autumn playing in the leaves, half naked,
Skipping through the
with
leaves.
a big grin on his face.
Just throwing the leaves up
Like
in
a-
the air.
He's
Giant pile of leaves.
spinning round with
yeah.
Alfie in his clutches as well.
Yeah.
It'd have to be October.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess
Or-
so.
Yeah. Maybe September?
I'd like maybe also whatever month Easter is on, so I can do some like Easter bunny shit, probably.
So Jamie can have April. Can I have Christmas, please? Can I have December?
Yeah.
I just wanna wear a sexy Mrs. Claus outfit. Is all.
Would we do all three of us for December, like as a special
Or like a
Christmas?
special treat.
Yeah.
Could do.
Maybe.
Although that would mean that one of us gets one less featured month. So
It's
I
fine
guess.
by me.
All right.
I'll take the less.
Jimmy takes the less, but he has to be more naked in all the other photos.
All right.
True.
Well, so for the December
It's
one,
like-
what are we doing? We doing Dick in a Box present style?
Yes. Yep. Sold. Done. That. Nothing but that. There's not even a
With
background.
snow in the background, of
Yeah,
course.
Of course.
It's just
Got
all
same
white.
Christmas lights.
Saying wish you were here.
Yeah.
Seasons yeetings. I don't know.
Seasons Yeatons.
I'd like February, just so I can put like some sort of tartan pattern over my nards. No, even better actually. Laying on a tartan rug, fireplace in the background, once again snowing, hot chocolate and marshmallows in front of my weenie, just like the sexy lay down pose.
Like the paint me pose.
Yeah, which is perfect because it's
See, I
also
was-
February.
I was
Valentine's
thinking
Day.
February as well.
Ooh.
The shortest month of the year, shortest J3 member.
Oh, that's a good point actually. What would
Makes
you
a
do?
good
though?
argument.
What's your pose? And Jamie can decide.
I hadn't really thought that far. I just came up with a basic premise.
Is it
Jimmy's
you
got
looking up
like
a lady to mystery?
Jimmy's got the picture, like the idea down, but Joe's got like the better reason for him to have February. So it's like a toss up.
We can combine the two. I'll take Jimmy's pose. How about that?
I'll just steal Jimmy's ideas as long as I get February.
Oh, Joe's gonna win. Joe is February. I concede. He had the best idea.
I'd like.
I'll say it's a team effort.
Jamie's taking April then, or whatever Easter falls
So-
onto.
I'll take
Yeah.
April. Yeah, I guess it would. Yeah, either April or March, whichever one it falls on that year. I'd take April. I'd take August, and whatever other one I said.
I wouldn't mind a
Oh, one of the summer ones. Sorry, yeah, like July or June.
So I've got October, and that's it. Because Joe stole my February.
October, is it? So that's the one where you're still
The leaves.
in the leaves, yeah.
I want a skinny dipping one for maybe like June or July.
Nice.
Got to do some skinny dipping.
Do we get to see?
So I haven't
Yeah, maybe
got
I'll
any
dab
of the
into
summer
the
months
water.
then.
Oh,
It's August still.
beautiful. Oh, that would be beautiful. Like it's like some like something out of like Yosemite National Park, where it's like all just like glistening water, mountains in the background, and there's just you in the middle in the water dabbing. That'd be amazing.
What about you?
Naked.
What about you, Joe? You get August, the other summer month.
No, Jamie's August.
Hey, is he? Who's June?
Because
Yeah,
we
Jamie's
took the
August,
birthday
'cause
months
it's my
for each
birthday.
other.
Who's June then?
Well, you just said you'd take June or July. I said I'd take a June or July, so we can just have one each.
Ah,
Yeah, pretty much.
I want Joe to have a
I
summer
suppose
month.
May it's starting to get warm, so I can. We're supposed to get a heat wave this May,
Nice.
so I can still do something summery-ish for that month.
Have one of those hand fan things, like they turn into like a semi. I forget what they're called, but like the hand fan that you like extend out.
Oh
and
yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
Oh, I know the ones you mean.
like waving it yourself.
It's just got a fan. Yeah.
I was thinking more a tandem bike ride with myself in the sun.
Oh my god.
Just a Photoshop myself on the back of the tandem and on the front.
Yes, that's too good.
Yes, I'm down. Do it.
So I feel like that's a good May.
We're missing September and November, aren't we?
Yeah, so I was doing January for your birthday,
Yeah.
but I don't know what the pose was. Still a bit chilly outside. Or just Happy New Year celebrations, maybe.
Oh yeah, you can put like the 2022 goggles on your wiener. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, you wiener.
Just a full picture of my wiener with goggles on.
Everyone else has said something. It's just like January, Joe's dick.
We'll go straight into this full frontal nudity, zoomed in.
So you
done.
got like the taste. You're just like, right, we're getting full frontal nudity, and then that's it. So you get.
Easy peasy. So yeah, who's taking November and September?
Haven't we got March free as well?
Good point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you were either April or March, weren't you?
Yeah.
March is a tough one.
I might nab November just to do some sort of like cozying up by the fire. Like it's
Yeah.
getting colder. Cozy up by the
Do
fire sort of thing.
A Halloween type deal.
Oh, that'd be October for
October
for Jimmy.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You can take my leaves idea for everyone's September, and then for October, yeah, we'll have a spooky cooking by the cauldron, copying Jamie's oops pose.
You got to have, if you're cozied up by the fire on November, got to have fireworks going off outside the window.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's a good idea.
Or holding two sparklers.
Yeah.
Dabbing.
And just a blanket covering your nethers, of course.
I'm holding a sparkler but between my butt cheeks.
Why have you got all these burns, Jamie? Says this doctor.
There's this calendar, right?
Look, me and my boys, right? We're comfortable with each other enough to get naked, so we decided to do a little photo shoot.
And show it to everyone.
Yeah.
I think then March would have to go to Jimmy.
Yeah. Oh my
I
god.
don't know what you do for it.
I don't know. Nothing.
What happens in March?
Not busting lot.
When, say, Easter's April next year, what will happen in March?
Pang. No.
Bang.
I was gonna say pancake.
Bang!
I was gonna say pancake day, but that's February. Maybe I'll like.
Run out of ideas.
Yeah. Damn it.
Let us know if you've
Oh,
got
wait,
any
no.
ideas for. Oh,
Is it because you get the clocks go forward in March, don't they? It's like the first days of spring and summer. So I could do spring cleaning. Little maid's outfit.
nice.
Oh, yes. Of course.
Nice.
There we
Brilliant. Feather duster and everything.
are. Oh, here we go. What kind
Feather
of veggie
duster,
monster?
apron, nothing else.
Yep.
Not even heels. So you can say, "Step on me, queen."
If
Well,
you want heels, you can have heels.
depends on your fetish, really, but go for it.
But Crocs with heels.
I want them. J3 merch store.
You have never said something more sexy to me, Jamie.
Crocs with heels.
Right, should we wrap this up so Joe can go take care of his raging bone?
Please.
Perfect. Do you want to sing us out, or do you want me to do it? Or do you want Jamie to do it?
Jamie's turn.
Flip a three-sided coin.
Get your D3 out quick. Thank you everyone for listening. We've been J3. We've been having a great time. I hope you have been too. Thank you if you've listened to all of our episodes, thank you so much. If you haven't, you should. And thank you in advance for listening to all 11 of our episodes so far.
But both of you are a legend.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Follow us on Twitch if you haven't already. We stream 5 days a week at twitch.tv/J3 channel. We've said it a few times this stream. Nope. We've said it a few times this podcast, but subscribe to us on YouTube. Do it before the 30th of April. Jimmy and Joe will do a 10K and stream it. YouTube.com/J3 channel. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter is J3_channel. And then Instagram is just J3 channel. What else is there? Other stuff. You can buy merch at a store URL that we can't remember. teespring.com/stores/the-J3-store. Rolls off the tongue. Nice.
Keep your eye on that page. Could be some nice new things coming to a store near you.
We're not giving any spoilers away, but there also probably might be some new stuff soon. That'd be good.
It would be nice if there would be.
Wouldn't it be nice to have new merch in the J3 store? Did I get everything? Did I do it right?
What did you say?
It feels unnatural because I don't normally do this bit.
Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nailed it.
You're listening to the podcast now, but there are other locations to listen to the podcast.
Yeah, good point.
Yes. You can listen to it on YouTube. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, which we previously didn't realize we could set up as easily as we did, but now we can. Google Podcasts. Go to, if you're not on anchor.fm right now, anchor.fm/JStation, it will give you all the places that you can listen to. I think there's 7 different places you can listen to our podcast because it does it all for us, which is wicked good.
Here we go. So you can get on Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Spotify, and you can put it into your RSS feed if you're so inclined.
Yeah, do those things.
Sweet.
Right, me lovers. Until
I'm listening
next
to them
time.
all right now.
Until next time, we'll see you for
Stay
episode 12.
safe.
It's going to be wicked good. Season 2, baby.
Season
I
2.
can't help it. I have to...
100 years Rick and Morty.
We're promising a season 2. It will happen.
Just not yet.
Yeah, this is the penultimate season. This goes on forever. That's good. That's the best part. Guys, love you all. Stay safe.
Love you all very much.
Love you.
Love you more than these two do.
Goodbye. Bye.
Good.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
Little. No.
Love you.
Love you. Probably in the bathroom. Love you.